Hi, guys, and welcome to the Horror Room. So, last week I promised you that we would take a look at my Blue Underground collection because we've done the, what's it called? Anchor Bay. Anchor Bay. We've done the Anchor Bay releases, and you saw I had so many, I had to do 3 parts. And, when I look at my movies on my shelf, I arrange them alphabetically. I know some people arrange them by, Vinegar Syndrome or Shriek Show or Shout Factory. I don't do that. So I'm not really aware of how many releases I have for certain companies. So it's been kind of fun for me to go through my collection. And so far, Anchor Bay wins, obviously, hands down. I don't think I have any other movies besides, main studio releases like Warner Brothers or New Line Cinema. Uh, but we're not going by those. We're going by, the distributors like Blue Underground, the underdogs, so to speak. But in my opinion, and most horror communities' opinion, Anchor Bay was right up there, and so was Blue Underground. So I went through and looked at my collection, and I gotta say, I don't have as many as I thought I did. So we're gonna be able to wrap this up in one part, and we're also going to be able to wrap this up fairly quickly because I haven't seen a lot of these yet. Like, I buy a lot of movies and I plan on watching every one of them. I just have to, get the time to do it, pick a theme, or maybe I just randomly, like, grab one and say, hey, I'm going to watch that. Like, just last week I randomly finally watched The Brain, and that was a good movie. But we're not here to talk about The Brain unless it's a Blue Underground, which it's not. So let's start with some of the Blu-rays I have. I'm not really going in any specific order. I just grabbed them, got them in a stack. I'll tell you what I think of the movie if I've seen it, but if not, I'm sorry. We're going to start with one of those. Torso. I remember seeing the trailer for this, and I thought it looked pretty cool. The killer's, simple white mask is pretty creepy. It's kind of like I don't know, it reminds me of like a weird like ski mask. But yes, I think this is technically considered a giallo, and it's by Sergio Martino. I don't think I've seen a lot of his films. I think this might be one of the few only ones I own. But I will tell you, the one thing I've noticed is Blue Underground is really big into the Italian horror scene, which isn't a bad thing. I love me some Italian horror. So I got Torso for pretty cheap and on Blu-ray. Why not? So I'm excited to check this out. Next, we have a movie that I have seen, and my first time seeing it was on this VHS right here. I got it from Family Video when they were closing, as you can tell. And I saw this and I was like, I've never seen this movie and this looks bad fucking ass. I had to emphasize how badass it is. And yeah, you look at the back and it's super violent. This box has been through the ringer, like you can tell. But, I mean, I gave it a little tape, a little love, and this is my original copy and I love keeping it. But needless to say, of course, I'm going to buy Zombie on multiple formats. Pff, why not? So here we have the 2-disc Ultimate Edition by Blue Underground. Now let's see what it comes with. It's got 2 discs with Flesh Eaters on Film interviews, World of the Dead interviews, TV spots, radio spots, intro by Guillermo del Toro. Ooh, that's cool. Zombie Italiano, interviews with special effects makeup artists, notes on a headstone, All in the Family, Zombie Lover. Guillermo del Toro talks about one of his favorite films. I didn't know this was one of his favorites, but okay. So most of these are just interviews, but I mean, it's still better than nothing. Now, one thing I think that these companies are missing out on is like, if you're going to do a multi-disc edition of a movie, please just give us the soundtrack. I have a few releases that have soundtracks with them. I think Pieces is one of them, but it's like a grindhouse releasing or something. I know there's a Suspiria one that I have that's like that. So I mean, I'm not complaining. You get a bunch of cool special features. But it'd be nice to have the soundtrack, especially for like some of these more Italian movies, because they have some of the greatest soundtracks. Next, we have my near and dear favorite Lucio Fulci film, House by the Cemetery. This is the 3-disc limited edition. Got that lenticular cover. Gotta love those. So right off the bat, presentation, mwah. And here's another reason I love this one. It comes with a soundtrack. Thank you. I have the sticker that I got online, the Fulci Lives sticker. Comes with a beautiful little booklet with lots of behind the scenes interview stuff, fun facts, little posters. Oh yeah, that's what you need when you get a special edition. I also forgot to mention this is a reversible cover, which they do on occasion with these special releases. So you can use this one, or you can use the original artwork, which is the the knife in the hand. Which actually, I'm going to go ahead and switch it to that because we have the lenticular cover, and gotta love those alternate artwork. So let me get this in here, maybe without screwing it up. Oh my gosh. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Now this is a movie I would love to find on VHS. I almost said Laserdisc, but I have the Laserdisc. Oh my gosh, it's not wanting to stay in there. There we go. So we have the movie, the disc 1 feature. Disc 2 is the extras. Why did I think that came with? Oh, because it does. These are the discs for the movie, and there's the soundtrack right behind the booklet. So, like I said, that gets a plus automatically because, of course, the House by the Cemetery theme, absolutely one of the best Italian music scores. Sorry, Zombie. Not sorry. Those drums. Oh my god. But let's see what extras this has. It has the full-length movie Splintered Visions, Lucio Fulci and his films. So basically a documentary about how he's obsessed with ruining people's vision. Meet the Boyles, Children of the Night, Tales of Laura Gittleson, My Time with Terror, A Haunted House Story, To Build a Better Death Trap, so special effects, Housequake, interviews with... Oh, wait, is that one guy? No, that's a different guy. Just kidding. Calling Dr. Freudstein, interview with the author of Beyond Terror. Okay. Yeah, so mostly interviews. So far we're not getting a lot of, deleted scenes, bonus features like, well, okay, it has deleted scenes. My bad. I apologize. Sorry, Blue Underground. I didn't mean to ruin your reputation. Looks like Zombie does not have any deleted scenes. Lots of trailers. Deleted scene. One scene for House by the Cemetery. I was giving them too much credit. But yeah, I like more like documentaries, like about the making of the film. Definitely, I wouldn't mind checking out the interview with the special effects. And speaking of special effects, here we have a movie with Tom Savini running the special effects, and it's probably one of the best slashers to come from that early 80s boom. And that's The Prowler. Oh my gosh. Like, I can't even show you the back of this one because if you know the scene where he gets that guy in the head, Tom Savini behind the scene gore footage. Wow, that's pretty cool. So yeah, this is a pretty simple disc release. There's no booklet. I can't really show you a bunch of the stuff in here, but I can show you the cover. I will say it's kind of a missed opportunity to have the reversible poster, but there's only so much you can do with that. Now, here's a movie that I got from my friend. By the way, I have to mention, I have a friend that literally gave me a ton of these movies, like out of print movies, like these Blue Underground movies. And this is one that he gave me a little later on after I'd basically gotten most of what I have, and he just kept finding more. And it's like, here, look through this. And this is one that I didn't have, haven't seen, and it sounds crazy, and it's called Strip Nude for Your Killer. I know this is a pretty infamous one amongst fans. I don't think this is a giallo. Oh, well, enough sleaze and nudity to enchant even the most dedicated giallo fan. Let's see. There's succulent flesh aplenty as a mysterious killer dressed in black leather and wearing a motorcycle helmet. What is it with motorcycle helmets? You got this. You've got Nail Gun Massacre. I got a Canon movie called The Exterminator, where the guy wears a bike helmet. I guess it's a easy way to be spooky. I guess. Not a lot of bonus features on this, but I'm sure this will be some sleazy fun. I definitely cannot show you the inside of this. There's a naked woman, but I mean, I don't know what I was expecting from Strip Nude for Your Killer. But I feel like this is a movie that would go nicely with Women's Prison Massacre, which I also own. I can't remember what company released that, though. I think it's Camp Films. I can't tell. Maybe it'll be on one of the other lists, but that's one that I do plan on watching eventually. Now, here's one that I watched, and I'm so surprised that when people mention some of the best Italian movies, they don't bring this movie up, and that's Stage Fright. This movie was great. You got this very unique killer wearing like an owl mask and stalking and killing the cast of like a big play, like a dance or a musical kind of. You got the crow with the logo. That's kind of weird. I mean, well, it's the owl, but it looks like a crow to me. But inside, we have a little catalog for spring 2007. So let's see what movies, at least for the horror genre, were, popping off at this time. We have 99 Women, the unrated and the X-rated version. Wow. The Bird with the Crystal Plumage. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I used to have that movie, and I watched it, and I was not that into it, so I sold it. I'm kind of regretting it. I need to get it back. Here's a Lucio Fulci one that I do not have. The Black Cat. I've heard people say it's not that good, but if it's a Fulci film, I'm going to give it a chance. Oh, there's one. It says it's out of print, and even in this catalog, they're showing like some stuff that's out of print. The Blind Dead Collection. Now, that's one. I have one of the tapes from it. I don't know if it came from this specific box set. But I assume not, because they had, separate releases. And I've seen this collection, the Blind Dead collection, a couple times in some used secondhand stores, and I should have snagged it up because it's only gotten more expensive, but I love the Blind Dead collection. I need to get that little coffin box. Bad Boy Bubby. Okay. Cannonball. Oh, they're arranged alphabetically. I'm like, why is all this weird stuff mixed in with my horror? Dead and Buried. There's another one that I had and got rid of. I don't know why. I just could not get into it. And I had the 2-disc edition, too. Deep Red. That's a good one. Let's see. I'm trying to avoid mentioning movies that we're going to be talking about. Django. That's cool. Don't Torture a Duckling. There's another one that I had and I got rid of. That one, I unless I found it for like dirt cheap, I don't think I'd want that one back. Kind of uncomfortable. Killer Nun, that's cool. Let Sleeping Corpses Lie, I think. No, I don't have that one. Inferno, Maniac. I think I have both of those in this pile. Oops. Q, the Winged Serpent. That's a good one. 7 Deaths in the Cat's Eye. I want that one. I've seen that one actually pop up recently, and I was like, ooh, Return of the Evil Dead. Yeah. Shockumentaries, Volume 1. Mondo Cane 2, and Women of the World. Shockumentaries, Volume 2. Africa Adio, Goodbye Uncle Tom, and The Godfathers of Mondo. So, a lot of films that are kind of adjacent to Faces of Death, though not quite as extreme. Scum, 2-disc edition. Street Law, Two Evil Eyes, that's a good one. Uncle Sam. I thought I had that. I have it on VHS, but I don't have it on DVD. I should get that on DVD. The Toolbox Murders. Wait a minute. I know I have that one. Did I? I don't have it on DVD. I have it on VHS. Okay. So we're going to move on. Let me put this up. Next, we have Suspiria, one of the best films in the genre, period, hands down. Guess how much I paid? I should have taken this sticker off, but I'll show you guys. I paid $3. That's right. For this banger of a movie, 2-disc edition, Blue Underground. I'm sorry. No, I'm not. So here you go. We got the 2 discs. No booklet, sadly. No soundtrack, but I have the soundtrack with that other 3-disc edition. This has a documentary. No? Nope, just interviews. So, bunch of interviews, probably in a row. Not a road. Music video by Daemonia. Don't think I've ever seen that. But yeah, Suspiria, great film. Glad to have it. Next, we have a film that I've been hearing about, or at least I've heard about, and I've never seen it, and I found it for pretty cheap. I found the 2-disc edition, of course. It's called The Living Dead at Manchester Morgue. And I do love me a good zombie movie. I think this is a more traditional zombie film. It's got locations featurette, interviews. Nice. Okay. See, sometimes you don't even have to do anything great. Oh, for like two, out there. Have another catalog. We'll kind of browse through it quickly, but yeah, it's got the 2-disc. I like when it's like this. I don't like when it's opposite sides, because then you gotta put the booklet on top of the disc. It's kind of weird. Crazy Legs Conti, Zen and the Art of Competitive Eating. Thank you. But here we have the 2008 catalog. Like I said, I'm not going to go crazy. I just want to see if there's anything different of note. Also, gotta say I love this little setup. Just to have the picture of what the DVD looks like. So it makes it a little easier if you're going on, eBay looking for a movie and you're like, I want the Blue Underground version. You can tell if it matches. Yeah, it's basically the same as the other one. But this time with a little bit of ads for some movies. So yeah, nice to have those, even though I'd prefer to have, little interviews or quirks about the movie I'm watching. Next, this is a very infamous movie. I haven't seen it. It's infamous for its time. It's a little tame compared to most of the other things. But I don't know if I can say that word, but I can show the cover. And YouTube's policies are kind of weird. There's an alternate cover with the... I'll pull the disc out so you guys can see that weird, interesting poster. It's okay. But I prefer the classic scissor photo with the blood. Looks like there's a German trailer. The Controversy Gallery. The 70s and Beyond. An intro and interviews. So yeah. The bloodiest thing that happened in front of... I think there's worse. 1976, your standards were very low. But this movie came out before Halloween, so that's kind of funny. Because people always complain about how gory the 80s were, but there you go. have a movie pre-Halloween, the Blind Dead collection, Tombs of the Blind Dead. Now, here's a fun fact about these films. I used to have one of them on VHS, Night of the Seagulls. Found it randomly at a flea market. I think I didn't even pay $1 for it. And I got rid of it. I know. Bad. So I still need to get it. I need to get all of them because they're really fun movies. But I did get the one at the convention last year, which I just got to show again because the cover is so amazing. Scream so they can find you. Return of the Evil Dead. Look at that artwork. That's pretty bitchin'. So yeah, I'm a big fan of the Blind Dead movies now. I should have been for the longest time. I love the beards, and they're just so cool. So yeah, you have the English and you have the Spanish version on these. Alternate opening sequence, Revenge from Planet Ape. What? Yeah. So I need. Oh, whoa! The Spanish version's longer. Okay, the English version is 83 minutes, and the Spanish version is 101 minutes. Wow. Is there a reason for that? Is there just more dialogue? Like, I really need to get all these and watch them, back to back, and maybe do a review in the future. That'd be fun. Next, we have George Romero's The Crazies, the original one, of course. Audio commentary, interview, George Romero bio. Okay, so we've seen this a lot with Anchor Bay, but this is the first time I'm seeing it with Blue Underground. They got the classic little poster. Now, it is paper, it's not cardboard like the other ones, but it's the thought that counts, and I appreciate it. So yeah, this movie, it's been a while since I've seen it, but I think, in my opinion, this might be my least favorite George Romero movie, aside from the really bad zombie sequels after Land. I'm looking at you, Diary of the Dead. But I haven't seen Season of the Witch. I have Martin. I love Martin. And I haven't seen Amusement, I think. The one about elderly abuse and stuff like that. That one's pretty good. Next, we have a fantastic sci-fi Italian horror movie, Contamination. This movie is so bizarre, and I absolutely love that they don't spoil the alien on the back of the DVD or whatever. Because a lot of movies will just show the monster like right off the bat. I don't even think the cover hints at that alien. Now, I'm trying to move this disc around. Hold on. It's got the egg on the disc, and you got the little booklet. Oh no, not booklet. Sorry, poster. And does not spoil the alien. So, if you're wondering, like, why does he keep talking about that? I recommend you watch this and find out for yourself. It's a lot of fun. It gave me They Live vibes. Maybe that's just me. But it's obviously trying to rip off Aliens, mainly, you can tell, or Alien. It's very gory, but it's very cool. I like it. I'm a sucker for, hazmat horror. Next, we have another movie that I haven't seen, but I've seen trailers, and I was like, I gotta watch it. It's got the infamous scene from the movie right on the cover, and that's Dario Argento's Opera. Yes, right there, the scene where she's got the needles taped under her eyes, so she has to keep her eyes open. Opera music video by Daimonia. So I guess Daimonia did a lot of music for different Italian directors. I know Goblin was big, but I haven't seen them brought up in anything other than Suspiria. Beyond the Door 2 TV spots. Oh, what? Is that the alternate ending for this? Maybe. Oh, yeah. Released in America under the title Beyond the Door 2. What was Beyond the Door 1? Anyways, Mario Bava's Shock. I had, I think, a dual pack, or I think I saw a dual pack with this on there. I think it was this and A Blade in the Dark. I still don't have that one. I need to get it. So I opted to get this one just because I do like that artwork. It's kind of, it gives me like some creepy Japanese horror vibes, even though she's holding a box cutter. So yeah, out of this stack of Blue Undergrounds, let's see how many I haven't seen. So we got Shock, we have Opera, we have Tombs of the Blind Dead, Snuff, Living Dead at Manchester Morgue, Strip Nude for Your Killer, and Torso. So, yeah, I'd say that's pretty good. It looks like I haven't seen 7, and I have seen 7, so pretty fair amount. But I am planning on watching these. Obviously, that's why I buy horror movies, and plus I'm a collector. I'm a big fan. And I'd love me some Italian movies, whether it's just straight horror or giallo. And I've got a great stack, and Blue Underground did a great job preserving these movies and bringing them to a U.S. audience. So I have some other companies that I want to get to. I don't think I'm going to reveal what the next one is, but you'll definitely see it when that video comes out next week. I'm going to see what the numbers are. We might combine a couple, maybe, but I don't know. It just depends. I honestly didn't think that this video was going to be this long, considering how short of a stack I have. But, I mean, we're having fun diving into these collections. At least I am. So, if not, I mean, at least we're getting them out of the way. So I'm at least going to do one more for next week. I don't know if I'll continue, but we might, take a breather in between or save some for a later date. But stay tuned next week and let's find out what's next.